Welcome back to Days of Qoom with me, Rishi. This is day 28. Today we're going to be talking about Markdown and how this language works. Okay, so let's just create tester.md here. And we can just view this quickly by doing tester.md. Right, this is, so without this, so this is just like our title. This is going to be called Markdown explanation. This here represents a whole line, so it'll create this line right underneath this the title. We have a few things. So as an HTML, you have H1 through H6. So H1 to H6 is similar to H1, H2, H3, we need to do H1 here, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. So we can do H6, H5, and H4. Now it creates all these, but to make different ones, with one, we have H1, we have H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, and this is how it would look. Right, so H1 is the equivalent of this original one here. And this is how it's going to look. So I'm going to call this H1 size, H2 size, H3 size, H4 size, H5 size, and H6 size. Then next thing that we have is going to be highlighted text. So this is going to be called highlighted text. I'm going to open up my Discord for this. This is going to make more sense on Discord. So in a random server, let's go into the Qoom server here. Just use this server for now. In Days of Qoom actually. So we what I just showed you was we can so Discord also supports some level of Markdown, not necessarily all of it though. So first thing is that this hashtag H whatever do not work, but highlighted text does. So again, if I type in this, attachment here, you can see that all of a sudden, let's do highlighted text. This looks very different from each other, right? Because this is highlighted text, this is not. Similarly, this highlighted text will look very different from regular text, right? And then you can do use character twice to create highlighted text. You can notice that if I just put one space here or one enter, it'll format it all into one line. However, if I do two enters, it'll take this blank line and say, okay, so now I want to put this next text that I have here onto a new line. Like so. And let's see if this works. I don't think it will, but let's see. Yeah, okay, so this works. We can just do it like this. To create something like this. And now we have, because it pairs this with this. Okay, so we don't actually want that. We want to, yeah, like that. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to use this. So we're going to say use this character to create a block quote. Like so. And then I'm going to do this space and then put this is a block quote. You can now see that this is formatted to yellow text, and this is what a block quote looks like. It is inside of this tab. This can be multi-line, this is going to be multi-line block quote, or I can just have a single line block quote. Single line block quote. Yeah, and so this is similar to other markdown code, but in order to create a new line, you have to add 2 spaces. But if you had two enters, you're gonna make multiples. You have to put another arrow or another like character in order to make it understand that this is all going to be part of one block quote. Yeah, we can also just quickly copy this, move it up a bit, and we can also just do that. Like so. Then next thing we want to do is we're going to put use characters twice with a space with a return/new line between them to create a code block. Right, so like so, and then do this and type something. So you can say this is a code block and multi-line code block. The cool thing about code blocks is that unlike markdown formatting, you don't have to put 2 enters in order to make it like this. You can just, type it all out like so, which looks really nice for coding. In Discord, you can see if you do 3, it turns to a different color, and then if I do this, I can now tap enter without worrying about it sending the message. And in here I can just type something like H1 hello, and it will create the text for me like so. Let's just remove this, I don't want it to be here. And then not user, use you can also specify the language you are typing in a code block, like HTML. And this is true, actually. You can just type over here instead HTML. And then in this HTML, you can just put whatever HTML text you want to put. So the cool thing is that if you type HTML on Qoom, what it'll do is it'll create this like menu for you with a copy button with everything in it. So we can do HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I think, yeah. I'm going to use HTML first and just do H1 hello, and now you can see that this time it'll auto format. So whenever I do this, it'll actually do it like so. But now if I do something like CSS and do background image URL no.png and do this, it won't, format it correctly. So we can do hello and then h3 or h3, my name is blank, and like so. And I'm just gonna put this here as HTML example. Then I'm gonna put CSS example and JS example. Right, and then I'm just gonna real quickly though type over here CSS, and in CSS I'm gonna just do something like background image URL none.png, and you can see that it'll format this like I wanted to format it. And here too, if I just type in JS, I can actually put a space if I want to. No space is also fine, but I'm going to put a space there. And I'm going to type it here something like document dot get element by ID. This is going to be hello tag dot style dot color equals to white. You can see that it also auto formats this too. So let's just do that. And you can see that it'll also color in all of this, which looks really nice. We can hit this format button and it'll format if we need to, but it doesn't look like we need to. This is all of Markdown. You can view this file by just typing in developer.qoom.space /login system /tester.md to view all of this. Hope this program was useful. Thank you. See you next time.